thing that's mind-blowing to me is that when you're young, and I don't mean age when I say young, when you're young in your career, as all of you are, and you start out and you look at your future, it's just the same as looking at your future. Sometimes you think, I want to grow up and be this, and it changes path a little bit. But the passion that I can feel coming into this room, and the love that I feel from all of you, and some of you have been tweeting me and Facebooking me for months leading up to this event, so I've been feeling the love for a while, and then to actually get here, and it's funny because Wynn kept saying, oh, wait till you get to Caper, wait till you get there. I'm like, yeah, it's a room full of hairdressers. I get it, I get it, I get it. And then all of a sudden I got here and I was like, oh my God, I've never, ever experienced anything like this. I've worked for many manufacturers in my life. I've gone to many hair shows. I've stood on many stages. I have never experienced anything like this. And the thrill that you feel right now sitting here, and the passion that you have for being here, and how hard you will work to actually get to sit here, because I know you worked hard, I know that. I want you to remember that, because here's the thing that I'll tell you, and Wynn's put me on good behaviour, so there's no bad language out of me today, so don't expect any bad words, I'm not allowed. But just one. Really? Maybe at the end, then he can't kick me off. Here's the thing I will tell you. You know what? Sometimes this job sucks. It does. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's really, really, really hard to stand behind the chair, hour after hour, client after client, without eating lunch, without going to the bathroom, right? Sometimes in heels that are a bit ridiculous, I think you should really be standing behind the chair in. Sometimes dealing with clients who can be mean to you, sometimes rude to you, sometimes not like what you've done, yeah? Sometimes you feel like you've done the best and they don't kind of appreciate it. Sometimes you have to work with a co-worker that's not really very nice, yeah? And they're a bit of a cow and you've got to put up with them. Sometimes it's a boss and they're not very nice and they don't appreciate you enough. And then, at the end of the day, you get home and you feel so exhausted and so kind of heavy. Like it's this heavy feeling. And you can't quite work out why. Because you might be fit, you might be in good shape, and you might be all of those things. And then you realise that you've just done 15 clients and you've stood there and every single person that has sat in your chair has given a piece of them to you. And you've taken it on. Because hairdressers, whether we like to admit it or not, I'm the queen of this, we touchy-feely, we care, we're caring people. And every single client sits in that chair and every person gives us a little bit. And sometimes those little bits that they give us are the sad things in their life, and the things that they're dealing with, and the things that they're struggling with, and the things that they feel like they can't tell anyone else except their hairdresser, because we're the only person that they feel like they can open up and share with because of the relationship we have. And sometimes that's really hard when you have these relationships with clients and then you hear there's been a death, or someone's sick, or someone's lost their job, or something's happened, and you take that on. And then you go home, and that's why you're not just exhausted from standing all day, you actually feel heavy. Yeah? Does that make sense? So, here's the one thing that I will always tell you. It's something that we're really, really bad at, and I shouldn't be preaching because I'm probably the worst of it at all. Oh, I'm going to preach it to you because I want you to learn from my mistakes, which is about everything I do. So I'm going to preach it. I'm not going to say I practice it, okay? There's a big difference, but here's the preach. You need to learn to take care of yourself. You need to learn to know your boundaries and take care of yourselves. Because this is a job where sometimes not only are we rock stars, we party like rock stars. And let me tell you from age, I can say this from wisdom, it's not a good place to be. So I'll just say that up front. Sometimes the other thing that we do is we give and we give and we give and we give and we give, and we forget to give to ourselves. We do. We forget to take something back to replenish. And then they're the hairdressers that write to me or call me, or I walk into their salons and I take over, and they say, I've lost my passion. I don't like it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm miserable. I hate my job. This sucks. That sucks. What most of the time has happened is they've forgotten to actually replenish themselves and do something for themselves. And that can be anything. For me, and anyone that does follow me on social media, you know I don't sleep much. I travel a lot. So for me, sometimes what it is actually pulling out a mannequin head still. Right now, today, the thing that actually gets me through, I pull out a mannequin head. And I'll just do a haircut just for the hell of it. Whatever I want. Doesn't matter, because I don't need to please anyone. So that mannequin can't talk back at me. And I will just pull it out and have a little conversation with myself sometimes and just do whatever the hell I want to do.